Hey guys, thank you for taking the time to be on tonight. You guys asked some really awesome questions in our team chat, and we're kind of just gonna fire through them and answer them as best we can between Kara, Amanda, and myself. I'm sorry, my chat like scrolled way up. Here we are. I think, okay, hold on. It's past the question about Miami. For sure. We're not talking about Miami. Okay, Kara's a doctor from Grey's Anatomy. And we're here. I found it. Okay, first question. I'm not going to say who asked it. If you asked it, shout out. Good asking questions. The first question is there a gluten-free product? Are there gluten-free products? And this person gets a lot of thyroid problems. And, okay, wait, this is multiple questions. I'm so sorry. Okay, are there gluten-free products? I'm going to answer this real quick. If you go on myitworksproductcoach.com and search gluten-free, it will give you everything in the system it has that is gluten-free or references gluten-free or anything like that. So if you ever have a question about like, do greens contain dairy? Is there caffeine in fat fighters? You know, just like random questions that people ask you and you're like, I don't know. Go to, write this down or type it. If you do not have this website in here yet, write it down. myitworksproductcoach.com. You will find the allergens, things like that, like things that you cannot mess up. Kara just put it in the chat. Things that you cannot mess up. Like if you mess up, someone could get sick. Always check Product Coach. You have access to that 100% of the time. So the next question is, this person gets a lot of thyroid problems. I think that's tied to the gluten-free aspect, or maybe it's a separate entity. As far as medical conditions, we always need to check with the doctor. So if this is you with thyroid problems or someone messaging you with a thyroid problem, and that's like a main concern, they're going to have to clear it with their doctor anyways. And third, what is the best way to recommend, what's the best thing to recommend when they do and don't work out? Does somebody else want to take this, or?
I'll go. So if they don't work out, I usually like for thermophyte, I usually do if like they work out a lot, because that like it burns way more calories if you're working out. And then if they say they don't work out at all, I'll just switch that with like It's Vital Core. So I'll do like It's Vital Core, greens, and fat fighters. And then if it's the other way around where they work out, I'll do thermophyte, fat fighters, and greens. That's what I do. I don't know if you guys recommend differently, but.
No, that's exactly what I do. Kara?
Yep, that's what I do as well.
So the main two that matter as far as do you work out or do you not work out is the thermophyte and the It's Vital Core. It's Vital thermophyte more specifically. If you're not working out, if you're a sedentary person and you start taking thermophyte, sometimes people will lose. Sometimes they will. But if you're sedentary and not active, you are more likely to gain, because it's meant to work with your body if you're burning calories, if you're moving, if you're working out. So that is why we recommend thermophyte to people who like want to boost their workouts, want more results from their workout, are very active but still want to lose weight, thermophyte. If they are trying to lose weight but aren't adding exercise in, it's Vital Core. So like the triple threat minus thermophyte plus It's Vital Core. I think we were all agreed on that. So that's the rundown on that. Wow, I still need my phone. What do we do next? Okay, question. I know Amanda Rose will be good at this. How do you keep yourself organized as far as scripts, posts, tax deductibles, etc.?
Okay, so as far as like scripts, like I keep all my scripts and like everything that I need, like that I can copy and paste in my notes section in my phone. So like there's like literally like 20 notes in here, but like I have like ordering directions, I have messaging conversation, I have product descriptions, weight loss recommendations, like prices, like everything, like copy paste. So like they're just like a million like notes in my phone. And then with posts, like they're in our team pages. And then like if I want to save them like to post, I'll just save them as drafts on my Instagram before like posting. So like if you go to put up a post on Instagram You'll put the picture, you'll type the caption that you want, and if you hit back and back again, it'll say discard or save as a draft, and I save them all as drafts. So I have like 200 posts like readily saved on my phone, so that throughout the day when I'm working and driving the kids around and they're like hanging on top of me, I don't have time to make posts. So I will have so many saved where I'm like, oh, bam, I just click on it and then I post, and the caption and everything is already there. So that's how I save my posts. You can save them in a note too, and then just like the picture and the camera roll. That's like a super easy way to save them. And then what was the other thing? Like tax deductibles? Wait, you're muted.
Shoot, sorry. Yeah, she said she was just giving examples of like scripts,
And
posts, which you covered, tax deductibles, just like how do you stay organized in general?
yeah. Okay. So tax deductibles, like everything that I spend on it works. I just have like a tiny little notebook and I just put, you know, what it is and what I spent on it. And then I'll just put all the receipts together. Like for tax season, like just in case you get audited, you're going to want your receipts, which is not going to happen, but still I just have them all written down. So, like right before I was going to do my taxes, I just added everything up and then was able to deduct everything. And then like, as far as just like organization goes, I see this all the time to my team, but like I have a big binder. This is declines on here. I have my steps that I want to do every day. And then I have a section for orders. So like it's like a big piece of paper. Like this is like by month. Then I have my chart. Then I have my steps to success sheets. I have all of my team's charts, hundreds list, prices, the comp plan, and then trainings. So I literally have little tabs for everything in my binder. And this literally saves my life. Like I would be dead without it. I'm not even kidding. But yeah, if you don't have a binder or like a big notebook or like envelope, you need to get one. Like seriously, like organization is like 90% of the battle. Oh my God, this dog is gonna drive me nuts. Now she wants to be.
So I do not have a binder. I'm not saying that is not good because this is like Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm about to make a confession. I am not an organized person by nature. So now that that's out in the open, we can talk about it. I live my life in what I would like to describe as organized chaos. I know where everything is. Anybody looking from the outside would be like, this is an ish show, because it like really is. But in my insane mind, I know where everything is. So I've never been a binder person. I've never been a notes person as far as school. Like I just pay attention and know what's going on. So for me, as far as being organized, basically I rely on the reports in eSuite. Like they do everything, the majority of things for you. So if you are unfamiliar with how to use your eSuite or like what is available to you there as far as reports, go in there and get familiar. Look through the reports, click different options, see what happens. Just, you know, like learn, be a learner, a grower, if you will. And when I keep like a list of potentials in my phone. So I literally think it's called potentials, and I'll just add someone, their phone number, what they're interested in, product, distributor, and what date they said they would be ready. So then I can just scroll through, and like tomorrow's a Friday. So I'll go through all the ones who said, hey, I get paid this Friday, or I'll be ready this Friday. And I just text them that day. So that's what I do. As far as tax deductibles, I keep all my receipts. Myra asked me to explain what tax deductibles are. These are things that we are independent contractors. So we're 1099 at the end of the year. That means out of our commission, we need to save about approximately 25% to pay for taxes each year. So, but there are a lot of things you can deduct from that, like the amount you'll owe. So for me, for instance, there's a $20 eSuite fee every month. Deduct, like that's a deduction. Your phone bill, deduction. Your internet, deduction. Your gas mileage, if you're driving to something at work's related, deduction. If you're meeting with someone about it works, for coffee, dinner, lunch, deduction. Plane tickets to an event, deduction. Tickets for an event, deduction. So if you keep track of those, you're saving yourself money. If you don't keep track of those, you're paying the government more money. So it's your choice. but you can deduct a lot of things in order to make your taxes go better. But there's lots of things. I'm sure I didn't mention half of them. Personal orders, auto shipments, deduction, greeting cards to send your loyal customers, postage if you're mailing your loyal customer something, deduction. So if you keep track of those, well, if you don't, you'll learn the hard way. If you do, you'll be thankful. So start keeping either a binder, a file on your computer, something like that. Kara, you got it?
Yeah, because I do my scripts a little different than Amanda. I used to save them in the notes section in my phone, but now I do text replacement, which is literally the best thing ever in life outside of the Captivate app and also chocolate. So text replacement, basically, if you have an iPhone, I don't know how Android works, I'm sorry, but if you go in your settings and go to like general and then go to keyboard, there's something that's called text replacement, and you can literally type. I have scripts for everything. I have how I talk to a potential customer, how I talk to a potential distributor. I have info about the greens, cleanse. I have prices. I have directions, and all I have to type is a shortcut, and it's inputted into the message when I'm talking to my potential. So, for instance, if I want to message a potential distributor, my text replacement is PDT, and it generates the message instead of having to go back and copy and paste. So it makes messaging a lot quicker, and it makes responding a lot quicker. So if you have an iPhone, I would really, really recommend using text replacement. And I kind of like push this on my team a lot because like I can't copy. I don't have the time to copy and paste at my job. Like if I have to respond to someone, like I got to do it within like 2 seconds because they monitor like our phone use like crazy. So the text replacement is a really, really big help. And then the only other thing I was going to add is I don't have a binder, but I have a huge planner that I use for my charts and stuff. But on Instagram for my potentials, I save one of their pictures in their profiles to a collection, which is private. So you can only see it on your Instagram, but I have a folder for potential loyal customers, potential distributors, and then I also have like posts that I really like from like other It Works people. But anyways, so that's how I organize my potentials, and I just interact with them that way. I check in with them, and it just kind of makes it easy because it's all in one place. I am also not a very organized person, but I aspire to be. So that's my story.
Perfect. Good story. I liked it. Okay, next question. I like this one. We each get to answer. It's a threefer. What was your aha moment after joining the business? I'll let one of you answer first, and then I'll go. Unless you don't know, because I can go.
I can go. I've had like a lot of aha moments because I've been doing this for a while, but I would say probably within the last like 3 months, it wasn't like, oh, I went to conference and it was just like, oh my gosh, like my business is going to explode, or I can do this. It was more of just like a you have no choice aha moment. Like it was me realizing that I had the power to do anything that I wanted to do with this business, and it was my own fault for like holding myself back. So it was almost just like an internal battle, I guess you would say. So now, which I don't think that I've like ever, I think the most loyal customers I've ever signed in a month is like 16 maybe, and now I'm up to like 20 or 21, which is good for me. But the only difference is I'm just telling myself that I can do it. Like I'm just making it a point to saying, okay, you have this business in your hand and you have the power to do whatever you want to do with it. You have to do it. There's no reason that you can't. So I don't know if you would really define that as an aha moment, but it was more of just like a getting over yourself type thing, and just telling myself that I can, and don't compare yourself to other people, and realize that you guys do have something very, very huge in your hands. You just have to make the decision to do something with it.
Love that. Amanda, do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll go. So for me, I mean, kind of like Kara, like I had like so many different ones like throughout being a part of the business. But like starting out, I think my first one was like honestly hitting Ruby. Like I hit Ruby my second month. And at the time there was $1,000 bonus, like double $1,000 bonus when you hit Ruby. So I got $1,000 bonus for hitting Ruby, plus like an average of 500 in commissions in my second month. And for me at the time when I started, I was broker than broke, like literally had like $150 in my bank account. So for me, that was like a ton of money. And I had like, I told my team this before and probably all of you guys, but like, I literally had a week to hit Ruby and I had one distributor on my team. And then I literally had a week to hit it and like had to have like $2,000 in sales. And none of them who I signed after were working. And I was like, I'm not going to hit it. Rachel's like, well, with that attitude, you're not going to hit it. And I was like, oh crap. Like, okay. So I literally like busted my butt that whole week, didn't sleep, started just doing everything I possibly could, messaging my fingers off. And I hit Ruby. And I got the bonus and I was like, whoa, like I didn't think I could do it. And I literally like surprised myself. Like in a week I pulled it off. And then the very next month I promoted to Emerald and I had a completely dead chart. No one was working. And after I hit Emerald, I was like, okay, I am going somewhere with this business. Like I didn't know what I was doing even at that point because it was literally my third month. But I was like, but I just know that I want it that bad where I'm going to figure it out. And so for me, like hitting Emerald by my third month with like with nobody on my team working, just like my enrollments, I was like, I'm going to kill this business. Like I'm going to go somewhere with this business. And my paycheck kept skyrocketing every single month after that. And so from that point on, like after I hit Ruby my second month, I did not stop. Like to this day, I literally just worked as hard as I did that 1 week where I needed 4 distributors and all that volume. Like, so for me, that was my aha moment where I just literally ran like ever since that point. So I think that's like my biggest aha moment.
I remember, sorry, literally my dog just started to poop. I caught her. She then had poop stuck to her and flung it over the whole room. It landed in her dog food bowl on the other dog. Just like, who knows this? Anyways, I remember where I was when I called Amanda Rose. I was walking around North Park, which is this park with a big lake and a 5-mile loop around it. I was pushing a little baby nanny kid in the stroller, and Amanda Rose texted me, oh my God, it's impossible to hit Ruby. And I like, I was with someone and I was like, I'm going to lose my ish. And I was like, no, she's really freaking good at this. She could hit Ruby. And so then I gave her an attitude pep talk and then she hit Ruby. Not because I gave her an attitude pep talk, but she definitely hit Ruby because she worked. But I remember that a lot. So anyways, that was, wow, I'm out of breath. There was just poop everywhere. So oh my God, I don't even want to think about cleaning this up after. So my aha moments or moment. It's over here too. What is wrong with you? You ruiner. Oh, okay. So, one of my biggest aha moments, I'm sorry guys, like this is just actually a SHIT show. No joke. You just stepped in it. So, I joined the business in February of 2015. Get the frick away from me. And I joined, and everybody who was my upline that I knew of had joined in the previous like 3 to 5 months. This was like in the first wave of It Works where like the business exploded. She just ate her own poop. And so everybody who had signed in the previous 3 months had promoted really quickly. So Sarah Cruz, who most of you know was a double diamond, had just gone double diamond like a month after I joined. So she's a presidential diamond now. So, you know, like that people were pretty like decent ranks, but like had done it really quickly. And didn't necessarily know what they were doing yet. And there was just a lot of drama, just a lot of like nasty, petty bitchiness amongst all of these women who had just joined. Like they literally had just walked into this business. I had just walked into this business. There was a lot of clashing personalities. There was a lot of, just a lot of bull crap. And it was overwhelming. And oh my God, hold on. Do not touch that. Are you kidding me? Hold on. I'm sorry, everyone. No. Jeez Louise. I quit this life. Okay, so there was a lot of bull crap. There was literally poop on my couch. Okay, so oh my God. So there was a lot of bull crap. There's just like a lot of drama, a lot of mean girl, bleh, and I hated it. And I just like started to resent the business because of other people's actions or other people's attitudes or just the way I thought other people are or the way they actually were. And I just got this real like, this is gross like thing. And I didn't work. Like I literally just didn't really work from the time I hit Ruby until I hit Ruby in April of 2015. And I didn't really start working again until July. Because I just kind of just like shut down. And I said, there's a question about this. So I'm kind of answering this now. I got to this point where I was just like, I don't even like the people who are telling me what to do, like who know more than me. So I don't even like this. Like I just grouped it all together. So I just was like, I'm done with this. Like I'll let it play its course. I'll keep getting a paycheck, but I'm not part of this. I'm not trying, blah, blah, blah. So I told my mom, God bless her. I was like, Mom, I don't know. I'm over this, basic excuses. I don't really think this is for me. I'm kind of over this. I just like, don't know if I like it. I don't know if this is what I want. Insert every bullcrap excuse you can think of was me. And my mom was like, Rachel, you're making an average, because she's all up in my eSuite reports because she's a nosy biatch and that's where I got it from. And she's like, you're making an average of $300 a month. If my calculations are correct, that's your car payment. I was like, well, your calculations are correct because your husband's a co-signer on my car, Maureen. But yeah. And then she was like, you should just do it. Like, what's the worst that could happen? You keep getting your car payment paid every month. And I was like, you know what, Mom, you're right. And she said it in some way that kind of made me mad because I was at that point in my life where I lived in her house and like she was still kind of in control of me even though I was an adult. And I was like, ooh, Mom. So then I don't know if I was doing it to spite her or to prove her wrong or because she gave me a pep talk or all of the above. But I just was like, screw it. Like if I can make $300 a month, I can make $600 a month. And if I can make $600 a month, I can make $1,200 a month. And if I can make $1,200 a month, I can make $2,000 a month. And then I could move out of my freaking parents' house. And I just like got this fire out of nowhere. And I started posting every day. And for whatever reason, I got obsessed with following. I followed so much and so consistently. Like when I think back on it, I'm like, did I do anything else besides follow people? I don't know. But I went from 300 followers on Instagram to 18,000 now. So I did something right. And I just did it consistently. I posted, I messaged, I followed. And what do you know? Along came Kara Hunt. What do you know? 6 months later, along came Amanda Rose. What do you know? 3 years later, here all of you are. But I don't know if we can credit this aha moment to Maureen Binnig or if we can credit this moment to former Rachel's stubbornness or if we can credit this to just realizing that the only thing stopping me was myself. But that's my aha moment. There's many others, but that's the biggest one I can think of. So seriously, when I say I'm no different than you, when I say I'm just like you, when I say I understand how you feel, that's not a cop-out. That's not something I'm saying because I think it's what you want to hear. I get it. because 3 years ago, that was me. I wanted to quit. I pretty much did quit without canceling my account. You have to be your own motivator. You have to believe in yourself. Nobody else is going to do it for you. And I promise you, if you're dependent on other people's opinions, motivation, pep talks, support, you're going to fail in this business. If you cannot do this because you want it and because you believe in yourself, then you've already quit. So figure that out. Figure out what it is for you. Okay, next question. Woohoo, this is so fun. I feel like I'm on a game show. Okay, it was literally the next question. How did you turn yourself around when you got burnt out or you wanted to stop or quit? So I answered that. Amanda or Kara?
I need to think for a minute.
Wait, I'm sorry, can you repeat the question? No, you're muted. Oh.
Well, I yelled correct, which didn't make any sense. So, yes, I can repeat the question. How did you turn yourself around when you got burnt out or you wanted to stop? And I'm assuming wanted to stop means like wanted to quit.
So I pray a lot. I pray every day, but I'm very specific when I pray. So anytime that in the past when I don't feel like I've ever came close to quitting, because there's nothing that could ever make me quit this business, but I've had some pretty challenging times. I mean, I know Rachel and Amanda know, but the rest of you probably don't. But I mean, some really, really challenging times. And I feel like once you hit like the diamond rank, at least for me, it was kind of like, I don't know. I think I just took like a chill pill and I was just like, all right, cool. Like this is going to be smooth sailing from here. But the checks were great. But the problem was like everyone who was on my team quit. There's like one person that was on my original diamond chart and I literally lost everybody. And that was like 24 distributors. And it wasn't anything that I did. It was just, it wasn't meant to be. So anyway, so that was like early last year sometime. And then I just hit like a really low. And I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. But the problem was like, I also wasn't working as hard. And I wasn't messaging as much. I mean, went to messaging like 50 to 70 people a day to messaging maybe like 10 or 15 because I was just going off a residual income. But that residual income can run out if you stop working. So I prayed a lot. And then I didn't really look to Rachel or anyone else for that motivation. I just kept telling myself to keep going and just don't give up. Like you have to make it up in your mind that you're not going to quit. In my mind, my entire chart could crumble before me and I wouldn't think about quitting. I would just be like, okay, well, I have to rebuild again. Like, and that just has to be your mindset. Like, guys, look, I'm 28 years old. I get rejected and cursed out sometimes on Instagram. Like, that is so minute. Like, it doesn't matter. Just keep going. Like, so what if you get ignored? You have to make it up in your mind that you're not going to quit. If you join this business and you're like, well, I'll just see if this is for me, and then if it's not, I'll quit. Well, then you probably should have just gotten your $99 back, because if that's your mindset, that's what you're setting yourself up to think. So you have to set yourself up to be successful, and you have to work to be successful, and you have to motivate yourself. Don't look to other people. So, when it comes to like quitting and remotivating yourself, like I said, I pray a lot, and I just keep going. I'm not going to quit. There's like nothing that can make me quit. So I'm sorry if you guys were looking for some secret sauce on that one. I didn't have the secret sauce, unfortunately.
Spoiler, there is no secret sauce. That was good, Kara. I hearted it. Amanda, are you ready?
I am ready. Okay. So there's like two different situations where I like came across this, but the first one, so like I told you guys, I hit Emeralds in my 3rd month, and then I earned a spot. Like we had like an It Works cruise where 5,000 people earned a spot on it, like out of all the distributors, and like I was so new and I earned a spot on it. And so this was maybe like my 5th or 6th month, and I was basically charting for diamonds like at that point already. And long story short, the person that I was building as my emerald, where I put, 10 to 12 distributors under her, she was supposed to go on the cruise with me. And the night before, she got sick and she canceled like literally like 5 hours before our flight. I went on the cruise by myself and learned so much, was so excited. Walk off the cruise, like we didn't have Wi-Fi, walk off the cruise, and Rachel's like in my messenger. And she's like, your emerald just completely canceled her account. And I was like, I literally was walking off the cruise and I just had like a mental breakdown. And I was like, I was so motivated to like hit diamond, like literally like the next month. Like my chart was completely like in place, and then she canceled. And so all of those distributors and all of that volume that I placed there was gone, like completely gone. And I was devastated. And I was like, all my hard work was for nothing. Like I was literally like, I don't even want to do this anymore. Like I didn't say I'm going to quit, but like my mindset was like, I don't even want to do this. Like I was just like, I'm done. Like, what is the point? Like, so I literally had to start over. Took me another 6 months to rebuild my chart and hit diamond. But the month that I hit diamond, all of a sudden there was a $10,000 bonus. So if I hit it then, I wouldn't have earned the bonus. But I think for me, like I was pissed off and angry for like 2 days. And then I just like told myself, this happened for a reason. She wasn't meant to be on my team. Something better is coming. And a lot better ended up coming. But I didn't let that stop me. Like I was upset. And like, that's going to happen. People on your team are going to quit, but you can't let that affect like the rest of your business. And so for me, I was just like, okay, I'm going to start over. Like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Like, I'll hit it. And I hit it when I was ready. And I wouldn't, I wasn't ready at that point, but I wanted it. But I just kept pushing through. And then another situation was what month? December, like literally like 3 months ago, was the first time, like since I started, where I stopped doing my steps, where like I stopped posting, and I literally like told everybody in the page, I was like, I need a break. Like my boyfriend or ex-boyfriend of 4 years broke up with me unexpected the day before Christmas. And I was devastated and like depressed, heartbroken. Like I didn't even want to get out of bed. I wasn't eating. Like I was just beyond miserable. I was like, I don't give a crap about posting. Like I was doing the bare minimum, as in like answering like my team's questions. Like I was like, I can't even like bring my fingers to message, like nothing. And then I got a Christmas card from Rachel, and I was like, oh my God. And so we weren't speaking at the time. Anyways, got a Christmas card from Rachel, and then something like lit a fire back under me. And I was like, I had 2 things like in my life, which was basically him. Well, 3 things: him, my family, and my business. He's gone. Am I going to let him take away like the other good thing in my life that I have, which is this business that I built like so well? And it was going to crumble if I didn't do something about it. So I took like a week break, which was the longest I've ever taken. I've never taken even a day break, like vacation, anything. I never like stopped. And that was like a break for me. I needed a week, but then I jumped back in like full force. And now I'm hitting double diamond this month. So whatever him breaking up with me did something good, so could care less now. But yeah, I just didn't let it stop me. Like life's gonna happen. Like you're gonna have relationship problems, family problems, whatever. If you need a couple days break, if you need a week break, take it. But don't just stop working your business completely. Like take a little break and then just jump back in and motivate yourself, because your business is still gonna be here no matter what. That's my other moment. Okay, I'm muting myself.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry. Guess what I did? Lost my spot. Typical Rach, right? Okay, let's see. No. Should use dogs in labor. That's my question. Okay, next question. How do you balance business and daily life, especially at the beginning, like when you're just starting out? I can start on this one. So, when I was just starting out, I did not balance. There was no balance. As soon as I realized I could get this $1,000 Ruby bonus, there was no balance. Like, I was going to do whatever it took to get it. I gave up sleep. I gave up, I don't know. I just gave up being present. I was always on my phone. I was following. I was messaging. I was posting. I was doing everything I could to make sure that I hit this bonus because I made, well, after I was paid everything that I made for my full-time job, and after I paid my bills for the month and bought like necessities, I usually had about $200 extra left to my name. That was like if I didn't eat out at all, or if I spent nothing else. Can you two not have a fight right now? I cannot do it. Lord, give me strength. So, stop. I will cage you both. Yeah, walk away. That's what I thought. So there was no balance for me at the beginning. I knew I wanted to not live in my parents' attic anymore. I didn't want to feel like I was a kid. I was 22. Like, I no longer wanted to be told, is that the wisest way to spend your money? Should you be buying that? You haven't paid me car insurance yet this month. Like, I felt like a junior adult and it made me want to perish. So I could literally still be living in my parents' attic. I would be. I hope I wouldn't be, but I probably would be if I hadn't found it works. So now balance, since I have a husband and animals who need me to survive and, in-laws, I will end your life. Stop. You never play with squeaky toys. Now is the time. Now is not the time. Try again. Okay. So, and I've lost it, but it'll come back. Anybody want to tell me the last thing I said? Balance.
You said you have a husband.
I have a husband. I have a husband. He's all right. I like him. So, now I don't just like live in an attic where I can go up there and no one will bother me and I can just message and follow until 3 a.m. until I have no eyeballs left. Like, that's not a reality anymore because I have to, pay attention to my husband and eat food. So, now I do things like, here's a quote for you: work smarter, not harder. Kara loves that quote. It's like her fave. I use apps that help save me time. I plan posts ahead. I reuse posts that were super good. I archive posts and then use them again later. If you did not know that on your Instagram feed, once you post a post, like once it's run its course and most people have seen it, you can archive it. You literally push those 3 little dots up at the post and click archive, and then it's saved forever. And you can see it, but nobody else can. So you can go and see all the people who liked it and message them, but it's no longer in your timeline. Clean up your timeline. Make sure it's not like only it works. It's, that's an easy thing you can do. Do it. There's just so many ways to save time, so many ways to work smarter, not harder. And once you start doing those things consistently, you realize how easy this business is. We are not doing physical labor. We are not standing on our feet for 12 hours a day. We are not standing in the sun. Kara works at a call center, I think, still full time. Like, we're not answering a phone 24/7 to people who are mad at us. Like, we have it easy. We can do all of this from our cell phones. Like, that is an easy job. If you think it's not easy work, then you need to reevaluate, because there are people who have a crap ton worse and make a crap ton less money. So yeah, I'm going to pause because I just like am overwhelmed. Does somebody else have an answer, or is it going to be awkward? Should I ask the question again?
No, can you just ask it one more time? I'll say something.
Okay. How do you balance business and daily life, especially at the beginning?
I mean, similar to what you said, like there was no balance, like at all. Like it was like the same thing. There was $1,000 bonus, and for me that was like $1 million. So I was like not sleeping. I'm eating cereal like 3 meals a day. Like there was no balance. Like I wanted it so bad, and I think if I tried to balance it, I don't think I would have earned it. So I mean, even like for the longest time, like I put in significantly like more hours than most people on, I'm not trying to like say anything negative, but like most people on this call. And that's because I still struggle with balancing a bit, because I'm just so obsessed where like I just want my next promotion. I want another loyal customer. I want to help somebody else. Like I don't know. But from the beginning, like there was no balance at all. Like it was just all it works. I was just like, my head was in my phone. Like I would wake up and I would just like grab my phone and I would just like stare at it, like what's happening? Or like I'd be in a movie and I would hear my phone vibrate and I would literally get out of the movie and like go answer and like call. Like I was like obsessive, but that's what made me promote so quickly. And so in the beginning, I really did struggle with that. And also like I didn't have a bunch of scripts. Like I didn't have everything copy and pasted. So I was like typing everything out. Like I was just kind of all over the place. I wasn't organized. Like I was just a mess. But like now, like you guys all have our scripts, like everything's, to manage your time easier. It's not that hard. And so for me now, like I've always had a full-time job since I started, but now I kind of work smarter and not harder, like with the scripts and everything. And then I like will wake up earlier and I will work like while I'm home. And then like at work, I can't work as much, but I'll answer messages. And then when I get home from work at night, I'll do like whether we have a power hour or I'll do it like by myself. And so throughout the day, I'm not trying to do every little thing at once. Like I kind of just like manage my time. Like, okay, this hour here, this hour there, this is when I can get the most done. And I don't distract myself. Like in the past, I used to have the TV on, I used to be playing music. So I just like feel like I was working, but I wasn't getting anywhere. Now it's like, I know I have to do this for an hour and I'm not getting up until I finish. And so realistically, you can work your business in 1 to 2 hours a day if you are working and just doing that. Like if you're sitting there scrolling and like, oh, I'm interacting, I'm liking, and then you're watching videos in between, like that's not working. You have to manage your time and be like, okay, I'm not going to do anything besides it works for this hour. These are the tasks I'm going to do and whatnot. Like organize yourself and manage your time. You don't need to be on your phone all day long. I know if you're trying to promote, you're going to feel like you are. And I know I feel like I am, the past month because I'm pushing to promote. But, are you going to give that up in order to, hit $5,000 bonus? Like, I think it's worth it. But like realistically, just find a way to manage your time, like work it into your schedule and you'll be fine. I don't know. That's all I have on that.
Kara, do you have anything on that?
No, I pretty much do exactly what Amanda says.
Okay. I just muted myself. That was awkward. Back to questions. Okay, next question. It's a like 2-part question. So I'm going to read both parts and answer both parts then. Pass it to Amanda or Kara. What are your absolute favorite product? What is your absolute favorite product to sell, and which product gets you the most loyal customers? My absolute favorite product to sell is whatever will most help someone, because I ask them what they're trying to do. I ask them what their goals are. I ask them what they want. I ask them what they need. I ask them questions. So when I have asked these questions and I know the answers, I'm excited to offer them and tell them about a product that I know will help them. So it's whatever product, right now for me, it's the keto products, because I've lost 22 pounds in the last 40 days from our keto products in the keto diet. So I am lit about them. And then the second part of the question was, which one gets you the most LCs? Whichever product you're using and posting before and afters of yourself with, you will get the most LCs with, period. When I had wrap result pictures, I was selling wraps constantly. When I first used the cleanse the month it came out and lost like 8 pounds in 2 days and had crazy results pictures, I sold the cleanse like it was going out of style. Now that I'm posting about my personal results with the keto line, people are coming out of the woodwork that I have followed me forever, who are like, hey, so I followed you for a long time, and I'm really impressed with your results. Can you tell me more? I've gotten more messages of people I have never messaged, or people I messaged who ignored me and reached out to me because I'm posting about my results, because I'm posting about my experience with the products. So that's my advice. I'll read it again for you guys. What is your absolute favorite product to sell, and which product gets you the most LCs?
I'll go. So I just like counted up like in my binder, like my orders for this month, because I want to like make a point of it. I have 47 loyal customers so far this month, and 33 are orders that involve the cleanse. So it's either the cleanse and something else, or like a pack with the cleanse. Like I sell the cleanse like it's water or like it's free. I don't know freaking why, but I guess like the cleanse posts that I have in our team page are like bomb because people go crazy over it. Even like with messaging, like when I message people, I swear, like when I give them a list of the products, like they usually say hair, skin, nails. Like, what are you interested in? It's hair, skin, nails, cleanse, wraps. Like it's usually along those lines. So when I'm posting on my page, I know that those are the products that are the most popular, that sell the most, which is, hair, skin, nails, cleanse, wraps, and even the greens. I don't know why those are our 4 most popular products, but they are. So I will usually post about those ones. And then, I don't know, the cleanse, everybody's obsessed with the cleanse. Rachel, I share your results like privately in a message because I don't know if they're corporate approved, but her results picture is like insane. Like she literally looks like a different person. But yeah, I don't know. Everybody's obsessed with the cleanse. I love the cleanse. I don't know. I sell it like crazy. I know, like my team sells it like crazy too. Usually it's always like the cleanse and me sweets, like cleanser. I'm like, oh my God, everybody's obsessed, and it really works really well. So I definitely, if you're not posting about it or like speaking about it, you really should, because I wouldn't have 47 customers right now if we didn't ever have the cleanse. And that was like a newer product. We didn't always, when I started, we didn't even have it. So it was like all wraps. Like in the beginning, I was selling wraps like crazy, but never like the cleanse. So yeah, that's my favorite product to sell. And that's what sells the most for me.
The cleanse came out in, I think at conference or right after conference in 2016. So you joined in February. Conference was in February. I used it. My original results pictures that I have, I can post them in Team Green. I think I may have, maybe not. I can send them there because I just found them the other day. Were from March. I think March 6th and 7th were the day, or March 5th and 6th were the days I cleansed. I'm not really sure. So I used it like literally as soon as I could get it. Kara, do you have any answers, or do you want me to read the question?
No. I pretty much agree with you guys. I do want the customer to be satisfied with the product, so I really try to tailor it around their lifestyle, around what they want, their price range. But one thing that I do make it a point to do with every single customer is try to upsell. So this makes your orders bigger, the volume bigger, which makes your paycheck bigger. So I push the cleanse a lot for people who want to lose a lot of weight, and like aren't following any diet. I always have them in their first month do like cleanse and probiotic or cleanse and greens, because everything's like a detox and it makes you poop. So, I mean, if you're pooping, you're losing weight. Sorry if that's TMI. But we all talk about poop a lot in this team is what I've realized. So it's fine. But anyways, my fiance is looking at me like I'm crazy. So Yeah, I mean, I always try to upsell every single customer, and I don't force it on them. This is exactly what I say. I say, look, I know you want to have great results, and I don't know if this will work with your budget, but if you can make it work, I promise you will have great results. Versus like, oh, you need to get this product too. Like, I'm like, look, if you can make this work your first month, take these 2 products, take these 3 products. And then as far as the products that um, I use all of the products. But what I do on Instagram is, like, right now I'm on a keto coffee, like, high. So almost every single morning I'll be like posting a story with my keto coffee. And I get, just like Rachel said, I get so many people messaging me like, okay, what's this keto coffee you keep talking about? And really with that, like Amanda said, like with the cleanse, it's all about what you post about consistently. So if Rachel's posting her before and after pictures of the keto products, people are seeing that. It's almost summer. People want to know what she's doing to lose weight. If I'm posting pictures of my wrap results, which are really, really good, people are going to be like, well, I need to try that. So if you're just starting out, what I would recommend to you guys is try 1 product, 2 if you can, and be very, very consistent with posting about them, and take before and after pictures of your results. And you just have to do it every single day because people want to see you be a product of the product. The end.
Good stuff. I remembered to unmute myself this time. So I'm making progress. Always growing, always learning. It's the way to live your life. Okay, next question. That's like a very generic question that I think has been answered. The question was, how do you get a lot of loyals? By doing all of the things we've already talked about. By posting consistently, by following consistently, by messaging consistently, by using the products. I think that's pretty much covers all of those bases. What is your best post to get potential distributors? And how do you sign double-digit loyal customers or distributors every month? This person is messaging and following like crazy, but not seeing much in return. Even on the days where she's messaging over 300 people. What am I doing wrong? She's also following up. So I can tell you that this person's my personally enrolled, and I've talked to her about this. So I mean, what I'm going to say, she's already heard that my business exploded when I hit Willie. Excuse yourself, Willow. Get off my table. My business exploded when I hit 1,000 followers. Exploded. I got a lot of customers when I hit 1,000. My business exploded, in my opinion, at the time when I hit 5,000 followers. And my business was ridiculous when I hit 10,000 followers. The more people who are following you, the more people will buy from you, period. If you are not working to get new people seeing your posts, receiving your messages every day, you're not doing everything you can to be successful. Now, if you are following, posting, messaging religiously and not seeing the results you want to, it sucks, but sometimes you have to be patient. And I know that you've probably heard us say this before, but you're planting seeds. And sometimes when you plant a seed, you see it grow and you can harvest it right away. Like, that's the person who you message and they're like, yeah, I want to try it, and order that second. That's not the norm. Like, for me at least, I don't just like message people and they're like, sign me up. So you have to follow up. You have to keep checking in. Yeah, ask your question, Mallory. I'll get it in this chat. So you have to be patient sometimes, even when you don't want to. Because sometimes it just is a thing of you don't have enough followers yet, or you don't have the right followers. If you're following and following and following and nobody is interested, change up who you are following. If you are only following broke people, you will not have people to buy from you. If you switch up the location, the age range, the you will see different results. So you might be following or getting the wrong followers too, just people who don't want to spend money, who don't have extra money to spend. If that's what you're doing, you're not going to get people to buy. So that is my advice on that. Oh, I can read it again for you guys. Sorry. What's your best post for potential distributors? Didn't answer that part. Being myself, talking about me, talking about my experience, talking about my life. Not a perfect script. It's just being myself. That's my best way I get potential distributors. And how do you sign double-digit loyal customers and distributors? And if you're messaging and following like crazy and not seeing much in return, what can you do differently?
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I can go real quick. I don't have a super long answer. I'm just gonna like say ditto. But usually when I'm in the double digits with loyal customers, it's because I'm messaging more intentionally and messaging more people. So like before, I was only messaging maybe like 30 to 40 people consistently, maybe for like the last year, up until like 3 months ago. Now I'm like averaging 60 to 70 people, and everyone has a different number. You just got to figure out what your number is. So if you're not seeing, 300 messages a day is like a lot. I don't know if you have if she has multiple Instagrams. Sorry, Kara, I stalk you occasionally. I love you, Mallory. That's like really, really excessive. So 300 people a day. So you're messaging over 2,000 people in a week. I would say there might be a little bit more to that. Like I would have to see the messages that she's sending, or because that's a lot of people. I mean, that's like a ton of people. So just when you message, be intentional. Don't make sure you're not following like spammy profiles and like the people that hashtag like a million hashtags. Like you don't want to follow them. You want to follow people you can relate to. You want to follow like real people who post about real things, and interact with people and like their pictures and just be genuine. So, and then like Rachel said, if you're not seeing results, you're not going to see results every single day, but following up obviously is very, very, very important. But when you're not seeing people messaging you back right away, you can't just stop. You got to keep going. You just have to keep going every single day and be consistent.
Okay, so I agree with everything that you guys said. So there's just a couple things I want to add. So like when I started, I kind of had that same question, like what post can I post that I'm going to get a distributor from? And there's no magic post that's just going to automatically get you a distributor. Like how long did it take all of you to sign before like you actually signed? Like how long? Like I know there's so many faces on this call that I had spoken to for months and were watching my posts for months. Rebecca, I know you like she reached out to me like 4 times and I followed up with her so many times and she finally joined. Now she's like a rock star. But like you have to be patient. There's not one post that's going to get you a bunch of distributors. Like you'll get lucky with some posts, but you can't expect people to just sign right away after they see one post on your page. People need time. Customers are easier. They're always going to be easier. Distributors are harder. It's more of a commitment. But if you are posting about the opportunity and how it's personally changing your life, what your goals are, they're going to want to watch you and they're going to keep watching your posts. But if you're just, copying, pasting scripts every single day and they're not seeing how it's changing your life, they're not going to be able to relate to you. So when you're making potential distributor posts, post selfies, post something about you, like I'm working towards this bonus, like who wants to join me? I was able to make my car payment just from my It Works money. I was able to fill up my gas tank. Stuff like that is what people are going to relate to, and you're going to see more people reaching out to you about joining the business. So that's my tips on that. What was the other part, Rachel? I completely forget.
What's your best post for PD to get potential distributors? How do you sign double-digit loyal customers or distributors each month? If you're messaging and following like crazy and not seeing much of return, what can you do differently?
Okay, so like everybody knows I'm a mass enroller. Like I haven't signed less than like 40 customers for the past like year. So like for me, I'm super consistent. And like if you genuinely feel like you are messaging, 50 people at least 50 people every day, if you feel like you're posting every day and following every day, like Rachel said, you need to see who you're following. If you're sending good messages and people aren't responding to it, you need to change who you're following and like different groups, whatever. But also look at, what message are you sending? If that message isn't working, change the message. Not everything is going to work. And then also, how are you, like when you're answering questions, are you losing them? Like, what are you saying? Maybe you could word it a different way that's going to get them, to respond back. So it's kind of like trial and error. Like for me, I've learned what people respond to. And so I teach my team to respond in a certain way or similar to how I respond, because that's usually what gets them. But yeah, if you are messaging and you're following up, change up what you're saying because something might not be working. If you're posting and you're not getting any hits on those posts and you have at least 3,000 followers or more, maybe you need to ask your upline, like if your posts are like valuable or if you should change anything, like ask for advice, ask for either one, like Rachel, Kara, I to like go and look at your messages or to go on your page and see if like we have tips for you. But yeah, if you're doing all of those things and you're not signing people, something isn't working. So you just kind of have to kind of like investigate and like see what's going on. But yeah, that's like, that's basically my tips for that.
Okay, perfect. Good stuff. We're gonna fire through these questions because we're going over. What are the best apps you use in the business? My answer is Instagram and Facebook, and cleaner for Instagram. Kara loves the apps. Go ahead, Kara.
Obviously Instagram and Facebook, but Captivate for following, the Reach app for like doing my follow-ups and organizing my loyal customers and distributors. And then let me just look and see if I have Cleaner. I'm in my photo editing apps, but you guys, Captivate, Cleaner, and Reach, I'm like, that is a no-brainer. You need to get those apps.
Okay, so yeah, obviously Facebook, Instagram. I have Word Swag, which is like an editing app where you can put like pictures on top of pictures, like screenshot, that you got paid. And then like you can make words like product models, anything. So Word Swag, like if you see all my posts, that's literally the app that I use to edit everything. And then InstaSize is the app that I use to put the white border on my pictures to make my Instagram look super neat. So I use those every day. WordSwag, InstaSize, and then the Followers app to delete my unfollowers. So it's just called Followers and it's blue. I think you need an iPhone for it. I'm not positive, but that's the best following app if you have an iPhone. Yeah, those are the only apps I really use.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to answer Mallory's question real quick. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to say names, but she asked it in the chat. So, okay, her question is, what can I do to be more visible? People are not seeing my posts. I know this because I have 7,200 followers, and on my non-It-Works posts, I get 50 or something likes. Okay, so she also stalks Kara, but like, don't we all? So you need to be interacting more, making sure you're commenting and liking a lot of people's posts, not just the people who show up in your timeline. So other leaders, can you not do this? Can you really not do this? Why? So other followers do what they call, other leaders in the company do what they call a letter of the day. Or on the power hour, they'll have a letter of this section of the power hour. So like A or B or C, and you go through and you just like in your search A, and like all the people who pop up that you follow, click their profiles and like go comment on stuff, like their stuff. Their laws of reciprocation are real. But surprise, Instagram is apparently changing the algorithm back to how it used to be. If you aren't excited about this, you're wrong. This means that people are going to be seeing posts in chronological order. There's no longer going to be some weird equation to say whose posts show up when. Hallelujah, Instagram is coming back. That means that if you post, every hour or 30 minutes like we used to, someone isn't going to see 10 of your posts in a row. They're going to see chronological order. Boom. This is how it used to be, and this is why people promoted so quickly. So that's not going to happen today. They're rolling it out, but it's happening, and you got to get on board or you're going to miss the boat or the train or the plane, whatever form of transportation you are taking. Does anybody else have any tips or answers for that question from the chat?
I'll go. So I know that some people like feel like no one's, this dog is crying at my, now she wants out again. I'm going to kill her. Can you stop it, please? So I like lost my train of thought completely. Okay. So a lot of people, like when they start, they come to me and they're like, no one's likes any of my It Works posts. Like they'll get like 2 likes on it, but then they'll post a selfie and they'll get like 80 likes. So if you think that people aren't seeing your It Works posts, they are, even if they're not liking them. It's normal for them not to like the It Works post as much. But definitely what Rachel said, interacting is super important, because if they're interacting and you're liking and commenting on their post, they're going to do it back, and then they're going to start seeing your post more as of now, like until, I don't know, with the algorithm, but that's how it is now. So I also noticed that like I message like crazy. And so like if you're messaging back and forth with somebody, they're all of a sudden going to start seeing your post more. It's just how it is. So I know that I message my butt off. So I'm like, okay, I know a lot of people are seeing my post because we're going back and forth. And I also show a lot of love on my followers' posts and comments a lot. And so that's why I also think that I get a lot of interaction on my, not always my It Works posts, but a lot of my non-It Works posts. So I hope that answered the question, but yeah, that's it.
Kara might be eating.
Rachel, I have nothing. I don't have anything to add because you guys said all I would say.
But are you eating pizza rolls though? Yeah.
No, I'm going in for my second round of cupcakes for my food truck extravaganza.
I'm so jealous. Not a lot of time. So, I mean, I could have a cupcake, but it would be super counterproductive. Willow, holy Moses. Next question. This is a good one. As someone who is a bigger girl, I'm going to say, will it hinder my business? I have a few things to say. One, when I joined, most of the ambassador diamonds that I knew of were obese, were overweight, or bigger girls. I'm assuming someone's unmuted. I don't know who it is. Where is it coming from? Alexis, make sure you're muted, please. I muted you, so don't unmute yourself or you'll be unmuted again. So when I joined in 2015, the majority of the ambassador diamonds and top leaders that I knew of were bigger girls. So they did not let their weight define their success. I'm also going to say that if you consider yourself a bigger girl, which I did a month ago, for myself at least, I was the heaviest I'd ever been, the highest weight on the scale. And I was still signing people when I was the heaviest I ever was. In October, November, December, I think I signed at least 20 customers a month. And I was the heaviest I'd ever been. Stop. But I also want to say that at conference, I think it was Cami, somebody relevant, said, if you are not a product of these products, if you are not using these products and showing the results, you cannot expect to be successful in this business. So if you are a bigger girl, that's not a problem. I have been, maybe again, who knows, a bigger girl. And that didn't stop me from enrolling. But at the same time, if you are a bigger girl and I'm trying to tread so carefully, and you feel like you're overweight, or you feel like you want to be healthier or thinner, whatever it is that you want, you have all of this at your fingertips to do it. And you will have some crazy good before and after pictures if you do. And even if you can't afford products right now, the keto diet is not expensive. Following a keto lifestyle is not expensive or difficult. So whatever you're eating, like you can get a keto option at literally every fast food restaurant. So if you consider yourself a bigger girl and you want to not be, or you want to change your lifestyle, you don't necessarily have to be spending a bunch of money on products to do so. So I hope that makes sense. That's my take on
that. I'll just like go off that really quick. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Like she said, like if you look at so many of the top leaders in our company, they're not super skinny or like super in shape. Like it doesn't matter. Like people care about what the products are going to do for them. Like they're not necessarily looking at you and saying, oh, she's selling me something that doesn't work. Like they're not going to think that. Like show them results of other people. If you don't have your own, it's not going to make a difference. Like my Instagram, you rarely see pictures of me with like my whole body showing. Like it doesn't freaking matter. And I sign 50 something customers a month. Like, come on guys. It doesn't matter at all. But yeah, that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, real quick, like Amanda said, it really doesn't matter. The most important thing, no matter what size you are, is that you're confident in your posts and you're using at least one or two of the products. So whatever you look like, or if you feel self-conscious because you don't personally fit the, I guess, the body image or whatever, like, so what? Like your confidence speaks way, way, way louder than any picture ever could of you. And your confidence is what makes you beautiful. So that alone, or that paired with you using like the greens or thermofit or whatever it is, everyone should be using at least one or more products of It Works. If you are a distributor, you need to be using it consistently. So when you're confident, when you know what you're talking about, and you're like, talking to your potentials, like, yeah, girl, like I'm on this weight loss journey too, or I'm on this journey to like getting healthier. I absolutely love the greens. You have to try them. That's your conversation right there. It doesn't need to be like, oh, I know I'm overweight, but these products are really good. Hell no. Like, you use the products, tell people how amazing they are, and experience the benefits yourself. And that's all you have to worry about. End rant.
There we go. You've heard it. So someone asked must-have products that all of you have to have on hand at all times. For me, I love Confianza and I love the keto line.
I'm greens and fat fighters all day. Can't live without them. I will die.
Yeah, I have used the skincare consistently since I started. So every night, cleanser every single night and every morning, and then toner I use every other day, and the peel I use like twice a week. Those are like, and then fat fighters. So literally those 4 products: the cleanser, toner, peel, fat fighters. By the time I get home from work, I'm usually eating dinner at like 10 o'clock at night, and so I will literally gain weight in my sleep if I don't have them. So I take those every day too.
Perfect. Okay. Someone wanted to like delve into compliance a little bit, but I feel like that's a separate Zoom, like a separate thing that takes since we're already over, I'm not going to touch on that. Well, you know who you are. If you ask that question, just message me, or we'll do a Zoom delving into that another time. How do you get a potential distributor past the $99 part? And if they stop responding, how do you get their interest back? So there are so many perspectives on this. There are so many different ways that people do this. One top leader, like in her first sentence to people, make sure they know that it costs $99 to join. Some people, that's like their last thing. Some people try to just not tell people and see if they sign up, which is dumb. So for me, it's just that, especially this month, especially right now, they're getting $250 worth of product for $99. 5 wraps, a cleanse, keto coffee samples, keto coffee samples, greens on the go samples, 5 mini defining gel samples. Like, you're getting so much stuff for $99. Like, it's not even like you have to convince them right now. It's literally like, do you like stuff for free? Here's $250 worth of it for $99. Even if you never sell anything, you haven't lost anything. So right now it's extra easy, but in general, it's just like, you know, if people are getting hung up on the $99, they're not the right people for you. If people can't understand the concept of spending $99 to have a business that is theirs, that they can run the way they choose within compliance for $99 to make unlimited amounts of money, then they're not for you. They're not for this business, at least yet. Anybody else?
I just honestly, like, I follow up like it's nobody's business, and that's my answer. Because I don't, like, if someone is, I didn't have the $99. Rachel followed up with me like 3 or 4 times. Like, if she wouldn't have followed up with me, I wouldn't be here, and so would a lot of people. So you have to follow up with people. You can't just get discouraged every time someone says, no, I don't have the money. There's no wrong thing you can say to the right person. There's, like, you can't, if someone's going to join, they're just going to join. So the $99, they're either going to come up with it or they won't. Our job as distributors is to constantly check up on them. And the last thing I'm going to say is, when I say check up on them, I don't mean, hey girl, are you ready to join yet? I mean, hey girl, how'd your week go? Or, hey, like, how's your job going? Or, hey, did you have a good weekend? Like, make conversation with them. Normal conversation, like they're your friend, because they should be. Okay, now I'm done.
Amanda, did you already go, or do you have anything?
I just want to say, like, how I like say basically that it's $99. So like, I'll mention it like last after we already go over the opportunity, and I'll say, to join, it costs only $99. This comes with your rights to sell, marketing material, and products. You get a good amount of free product in your kit, including a box of wraps. So it's a great deal. You'd never be alone in this. I'd be helping you succeed every step of the way. Now with the wraps, you can either use the 4 wraps on yourself to get results to share, or I can help you sell the wraps to make the $99 right back. What would work better for you? Like, I don't give them an option. Like, I literally say, you're going to either use them or we can sell them. Like, I literally say it like that. And like, for some reason that's been working way better than me just like saying it's $99. Is that okay? Like, by saying it like that, it gives them the like 2 options, like not yes or no, but like, I don't know. That's how I say it. Also, another thing is, like, when I started, I was like, oh my God, no one's going to want to join because of $99. How am I going to basically force them into this? And then now I'm like, I only want quality people on my team. So if you're not willing to spend $99 on an opportunity that is as amazing as this is, and I don't want you on my team anyway. So I've just become more picky about it. Like, we didn't all have $99. I know I sure as heck didn't. Like, I had $150 in my bank account. I almost didn't join because of the $99, but I wanted it bad enough and I made it work. So if somebody really, really wants the opportunity and sees the potential in it, they're going to spend $99 to start. So.
Okay, that's good. There are still some questions we didn't get to, but we've been here for almost an hour and a half, and it is late for us East Coasters who have jobs. which is myself and also Amanda and also Kara and probably some of you. So we're going to wrap it up for tonight. If I didn't get to your question, that doesn't mean that I didn't like it. I literally went chronologically, so please don't have hurt feelings. But we will do either Sunday on our next team Zoom, we'll answer the rest of them, or we'll schedule another one. Whatever, it works for me. I don't care. I'm up for whatever, but I just don't want to, drag y'all through any more poopy situations, if you get the pun. So I'm going to clean up poop now. I hope you guys have a really good night. I hope this was helpful. And I hope that, you guys find your reason, like Amanda and Kara and I talked about. I hope that you find a reason to believe in yourself and a reason to want this bad enough to work for it. Because if you have that, if you have a reason and you're working because you don't just want it, you need it, you'll get it. Seriously, that's it. That's all there is to it. Kara, Amanda, any closing remarks?
I need to go to bed. That's it. Thank you all for being on.
Kara, any closing remarks?
No, I'm glad you guys were on. Thanks for hanging out with us for an excessive amount of time. It means you guys really love us, which I'm pretty pumped about.
All right. Love you guys. Have a good night.